Hey everyone, Seabass here. Today, in this video, we're going to talk a little bit about how impact baits is so versatile. As you know, I was using these 2-inch plastics during the summer for bass, and I absolutely just slayed them. Then when salmon season came around, I started using them for my twitching jigs that fit perfectly onto my fish tank jigging leaderboard. Just like that. And this is the green color with red and black sparkles. And I absolutely just started slaying the coho. And that's what I love about impact baits. It's versatile and it's perfect for me because I'm a multi-species fisherman and I can catch bass, and then when the bass season is over, then I can start catching salmon. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to make a twitching jig similar to this one with a 1/4 ounce jig head, a white 2-inch impact bait. Now you can see that tail is really wiggly. And it has that flat tail on there to give it an extra kick in the water. Some black rabbit fur, about 2 inches. And some black thread. Okay, let's get started. What I have is my 1/4 ounce jig head on my vise. Then you want to take your black thread, start where the head of the jig is, and wrap about 5 or 6 times. Then take your tag end of it, put it flush with the shank of the hook, and start wrapping along it until you get about a 1/4 inch before the hook starts bending. And then wrap about 6 more times just to secure it. You could just cut off this tag end. And you want to take your black rabbit fur. Just take the side that has barely any fur, and now you can see it kind of gets a little bit thicker as it goes. Put it along the shank of the hook. Wrap it there about 10 times to secure it. And then start going back towards the front of the hook. Then we could put this to the side. And you start wrapping it around the shank of the hook until you could start seeing it starts puckering up. Or not puckering up, but it starts standing up. You might want to lick your fingers a little bit, kind of pull the fur back, because the fur might not go where you want to go. And just slowly take your time, wrap it. Come on, fur. Just like that, and make sure that the other side of the fur is nice and down. And then you want to start wrapping about 20 times to secure it. And if you think it's good enough, then you stop. And what I like to do is something called half hitching. Sometimes I'll use this one, and it's just a little hardener to secure the thread onto the thing after you do it. It's just extra security, just in case where you go fishing at, if there's more current. But what you basically want to do, take your pointer finger, So take your middle finger, place it on to the thread, take your pointer finger and put it about 1 inch down, make a loop just like that, put it around where you're going to wrap it, and your middle finger wants to stay there the whole entire time, but your pointer finger is mostly doing all the work. So middle finger stays there, and then what your pointer finger is basically doing is moving from one side of the thread to the other side, looping around while your middle finger comes back up and over. And I'll do that about 6 times. My Facebook goes like crazy all the time. I'll hear ding 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 every single day. And then if you just have like a little bit of rabbit fur of that little thing, you can just kind of cut it off. And once you're done with that, boop, cut it off. And that is just the first part. Nice and fluffy. What you really want to do is you want to have that fluffiness, so then once it hits the water, it will be a nice stream. Because if you have like not much fluff, but it's more strands, then it won't be as much of a kind of volume when it's in the water. It may look fluffy like this, but once it hits the water, it will probably narrow down to probably about 75% of this. So it would be thin, smooth, probably just like that. Next, what we want to do, grab your 2-inch impact bait. I'm going to use a white one. If you're using different color, just like this one, I'll use the green. But this has just plain pearl white, no sparkles, no nothing. Oh. If you're guessing at this, there's no guessing at all. There's that first part right there, and then there's a little white section right there. That's all smooth. If you could see that, and you want to cut it right before the white that smooth section ends right there. Just like that. So then you'll have this little part, and that same little paddle tail right there to give it extra kick. It's really wiggly once it hits the water, and once you're twitching, it's already over. Fish are all over it. It's kind of hard to show. Oh, my back. Okay, let me get up closer so I can show you guys. Let's do this way. So your paddle tail is flat with this. It's not like that. It's like this. And you just want to hook it right in the middle. Give it about a 1/4 inch. It depends where you have started your wrap with your fur. So it really depends. And then you boop, take it out, push it tight up against right there, kind of blow it just to make it flush. Voila! That is death right there. That is coho killer. And I just slay it. So when you're jigging, like I told you, this once the current hits it, it will kick back and forth. Plus when you're jigging, it will be boop, boop, and just absolutely slays the coho. This is why I absolutely love impact baits, because I could be fishing for bass one day and twitching for salmon the next. Who doesn't like a 2-in-1 bait? If you're interested in any of the Impact Baits products, you could go online to www.impactbaits.com, or you could go on Facebook under Impact Baits, or you could find them on Fishing Black Market.